What is up, people? You're watching Daily Vlogs episode number 5 by The Savage Vibe. Now, for all the people who are new here on this channel, I make daily vlogs, I make vlogs, podcasts, productivity videos and challenge videos. Daily vlogs is the new thing that I'm doing, so I hope you really enjoy this episode. Now, before I start this video, I want to have a heart-to-heart talk with you all. I did this on Instagram, but YouTube is my main medium, so it wouldn't make sense if I didn't share it with you guys here. Now, episode 3 just got 64 views, and honestly speaking, that sucks. What happens is, as a creator, most of the creators have this problem. You go through self-doubt. You think that your art or the video that you have made is not perfect. You need each and every video to be perfect, and if it is not perfect, you think that video might not be providing the right amount of entertainment or the right amount of value, and you just don't promote it. You think that if you do, people might just comment bad things or dislike the video, and there's this fear of being judged. You just want people to look at your art and say this is amazing always, which is toxic, I know. And so I never promoted episode 3. I just shared it on 3 groups. And basically how I get most of my views is I share it on WhatsApp with each and every one of my contact list. I didn't broadcast the message, I didn't do anything, I just shared it on 3 groups, and I hoped, and most artists just hope that their audience shares the videos without them sharing it. Because of 241 people had subscribed to my channel, and I hope that at least I get 241 views. What I just hope for is 241 people to watch my video. So I don't know, it's a very weird feeling. So all I can say is, all I can ask from you all is, if you subscribe to the channel, please hit the notification bell, set reminders and share the video. And if I have not shared, it's YouTube, they give you notification by itself. You'll automatically receive updates. If you don't like that video still, then dislike it, I am cool with that. But when you don't get views, it really hurts. But at the same time, there was something wonderful that happened, and I have to share it with you guys. Because if I'm sharing something bad or something that's really irritating me, it's necessary for me to share something amazing that happened with me. So episode 3 got the least number of views, I guess, and I was sad. At the end of the day, I got a call from my friend Vanessa, and she was like, मुझे तेरे को कुछ बोलना है, I want to tell you something. I was like, ठीक है, cool. And she told me that the philosophy that I had added, the stoic philosophy segment that I added in episode 3, that inspired her to start her own dance classes. And that was amazing, that something that I did finally inspired someone to work to start achieving their dreams or something that they wanted to do. And I will really support anyone who I have inspired, or basically anyone in general, but it's a beautiful feeling. This is the feeling that I have been waiting for, to inspire people. So in a way, episode 3 wasn't useless. Yes, it might have got 64 views, but if I could change even one life, like I always say, it's a win. I will add more of philosophy, I will add more things that can give value to you guys. So thank you for sticking around with my channel, and I love you all. Now, recently I'd asked my Instagram followers to help me and suggest me some good video ideas for the daily vlogs. And I gotta tell you, most of the suggestions were amazing. Some were funny, some were weird, the ideas were good. But the issue is, to make all those videos possible, I would need the help of other people. And it's hard to do that during this quarantine or lockdown. Streaming is possible and everything else, but the thing is, I haven't found a way to record live sessions or so on. So it's all me. However, I found this amazing suggestion by Christy De Silva. She told me to watch a video from Suzanne Cain, which is called, I think so, The Power of Introverts. And in that she speaks about how being an introvert is technically mostly not a bad thing, but rather a good one. And that started a brainstorm of an idea in my head, which has basically, you can say, in a way led to this video itself. So like I said, it's really hard to make these videos, and because of several reasons which I wouldn't really share, because you as an audience are here to get entertained or find value in my videos. So ranting about my problems doesn't make any sense at all. So for me to actually make a video on Susan Cain's speech, that is Power of Introverts, and taking all the good points from it, analyzing it, would take a lot of time and research, and I want to do justice by that video or any such idea that you guys have suggested to me. So I thought, okay, I can do this video, but maybe further in the line, maybe episode 7, 8 also could be this. Then I came on the conclusion that what I could do is I could analyze, review and take amazing points and share it with you guys from interviews. There are unlimited number of interviews on YouTube. You can check Impact Theory, Joe Rogan podcast, and I could just summarize them for you guys, and you guys can take value from these videos. Now I know everyone doesn't have time to see the whole hour length video. If I could just take, let's say, 5 points out of those 10 that have been spoken out and share it with you guys, at least those 5 points will help you all. So the video that I chose to share with you guys was Jocko Willnik's interview with Impact Theory. And it's really fascinating to me to watch people who have mastered the art of resilience. Let it be Jocko Willnik, David Goggins, and so on.
Hey everybody, welcome to Impact Theory. Today's guest is a retired US Navy SEAL officer and New York Times bestselling author. He's also the host of the top-rated Jocko podcast and the co-founder of Echelon Front and partner in Origin, Maine. During his time in Iraq, he was awarded the Bronze and Silver Stars for his actions in battle, and under his leadership, Task Unit Bruiser became the most highly decorated special operations unit in the war. So please, help me in welcoming the author of Extreme Ownership, The Dichotomy of Leadership, and most recently, Leadership, Strategy, and Tactics, the decorated combat veteran and children's author, Jocko Willnik.
So the first thing that Jocko Willnik talks about or shares a tip with us is detach yourself from chaos or detach yourself from the situation. He gives an example when he was a new Navy SEAL. He was just new to his platoon, and they were in a scenario where they had to take out a target. And all of the platoon members were really focused on their guns, and they were thinking what to do next, and no one was really taking a decision. At this point, Jocko is really new, and in the Navy SEAL, new people don't really take decisions. You just listen and you do what has been told to you. So Jocko observes and he sees that no one is saying anything. कोई कुछ बोल ही नहीं रहा है. So he looks and he detaches himself from the chaos and the situation, and he takes.
To summarize the story, we were doing a training operation. We get into this tactical situation. Everyone in my platoon is focused on one area. Everyone's looking down their weapons, waiting for a threat to expose itself, which means you got 16 guys looking down their weapons, and I'm waiting for someone to make a call. I was a new guy. I'm waiting for someone above me in the chain of command to say, hey, move here, or hey, move forward, or make some kind of a decision. And as I'm waiting, no one's doing it. So I'm a new guy. I'm scared to say anything, and I know I shouldn't say anything, so I'm just waiting, and no one's giving an order. No one's giving any direction. So I wait longer. And this goes on for probably 30 seconds or a minute, which is a really long time when you're trying to take down a target. And finally I said to myself, all right, I'm gonna see what's going on. So I actually point my weapon at the ceiling, and I take a step back, and I just look around. And I see that every single person in my platoon, including my platoon commander, including the assistant platoon commander, including the platoon leading petty officer, everyone is just focused on their weapons, and no one's making a decision. And I can see this. And because I'm looking around and I'm detached from the scenario, just by 8 inches, I stepped back and looked around. I can see what decision needs to be made. And so I summoned up as much courage as I could as a new guy, because new guys don't make decisions. And I said, hold left, clear right, which was a basic command that we had rehearsed and we would practice. And I expected someone to say, shut up, Jocko. But instead, they repeated the command. They all said, hold left, clear right, which means we were going to execute it. And sure enough, the guys on the left held and the guys on the right cleared, and we got done. And instead of someone saying, hey, you need to keep your mouth shut, like one of the more senior guys said, hey, good job up there. Way to make a call. So I looked at it and I said, wait a second, how could I have, as a new guy, have made a decision in that situation that was better than what the more senior, more experienced guys were making? And I realized it was because I took a step back and detached from it. So at that moment, I said to myself, okay, from now on, when I get into these tactical scenarios, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to try and look around and I'm going to try and detach myself from the chaos and the mayhem. And I started doing it all the time. In every tactical situation, in the land warfare, in the mountains, in the urban environments, I was doing it all the time. And I was able to like see what was happening. It was like a superpower to be able to see what was happening and make decisions. And so then I actually started doing it when I was having conversations. And if you and I were in a disagreement and you started getting emotional, instead of me getting emotional back at you, I would just take a step back and be like, oh, okay, he's really concerned about this. Why is he so concerned? What does he see that I don't see? And I started actually just detaching all the time. And that became a very powerful tool in leadership that I use to this day.
The second tip that Jocko talks about is be a humble leader. And what he means by that is listen to what people have to say on your team. Are they providing some feedback? Are they suggesting something? Are they giving some advice that you aren't listening? Listen to those. Do not be that kind of leader who is arrogant and who always says it's my way or the highway. Do not do that. Because what happens is they will despise you. According to Jocko, give ownership to people. Let them do their projects. If you have something in mind, give them the project and let them do it their way. Your team needs to feel that they are a part of something greater. Give them ownership. They need to feel important. Like what they do makes sense. They have a purpose here. So give them ownership. Listen to what they have to say.
And there's a word that people bring up a lot, and I think they're pretty interchangeable, and it's relationships and trust, right? Trust is built on relationships. Relationships are built on trust. If you don't trust me, we don't really have a relationship. The more deeply you trust me, the better relationship we have. So how do I build trust with you? So if you're above me in the chain of command, well, this is one of those answers that's so obvious, it's crazy, but people actually fail to do this, which is if you ask me to do something as my boss, I do it, and I do it well, and I do it consistently, and I go above and beyond what you ask. And if you want me to deliver this project by this date, I deliver it earlier and I deliver it to the best of my ability above and beyond what you expected. And you say, oh wow, when I ask Jocko to do something, he actually does it. And that's where it starts. It starts with that right there, with me performing, me offering advice, me taking what you asked me to do and doing it. That's the number one thing. If we flip those roles, and now I'm in charge of you, how do I build trust with you? Well, what I do is I give you a project. And instead of me giving you a project and then saying, hey, here's how I want you to do this, and here's how I want you to do the next part, instead I say, hey, here's a project, let me know how you want to do it. And then you go figure out how you want to get done. And I don't micromanage you, and I don't ask you a million questions about and tell you, no, don't do it like that, do it like this. I let you do it. And what does that tell you? That tells you that I trust you. I trust you. And when I trust you, you start to trust me. And by the way, if something goes wrong, instead of me jumping down your throat and hanging you out to dry and making you an example in front of everyone, I say, hey, let's figure out what went wrong. Did I not support you well enough? Did I not give you what you needed? And so you realize, oh, he's not going to hang me out to dry. He's going to give me the support. He's going to try and teach me if something goes wrong instead of try and drop the hammer on me. And in order to do this properly, of course, let's say you just started working for me. The first thing I would hand you wouldn't be a massively strategic, important project and say, hey, here's a multi-million-dollar project. You take and run with it. I'll be over here. I trust you. You make it happen because I don't know you. How can I trust you if I don't know you? So I'm going to give you a smaller project. I'm going to give you something little to start on. And then you do that well, boom. Now I'm going to give you something bigger. And we continue to go in that direction until pretty much we get to a point where all I really have to tell you is, hey, this is the vision. This is what we're trying to make happen. Run with it.
Now the third point that Jocko shared really resonated with me because I need to exercise that tip. I need to exercise that as a philosophy because it is something that I have issues with too. He said that he thought that he was the guy. What he meant was he always wanted to have the center of attention after he took the decision in the first platoon exercise or the first time that they had to take over the target. He realized that You don't always have to be that guy. You don't always have to be the center of attention, because you have to focus on the greater cause. What is the greater purpose? What is your greater duty? If your leader has not made a decision till now, wait. Maybe your leader has something else in mind. Don't just jump around and say let's do this and take away the spotlight. Yes, you might get the spotlight, but at the same time you are undermining your leader.
In the 3rd platoon, the story that I tell is it was a good solid platoon, and we had a good platoon commander, and we were out in the desert doing some training, and some targets popped up. It's just fake. It's not war, but we start engaging the targets like we're supposed to, and everyone gets in the prone position and is returning fire. And I did what I had been doing this whole time, which was detach. I kind of took a step back, shot a couple rounds, then kind of pulled back and looked to see what was going on. And I saw the call that needed to be made. And I gave the platoon commander a couple seconds to make a call, and he didn't make it. So, I made the call, peel left. And everyone said, okay, peel left. And we peeled left, and we left the scenario, and we got our distance, and then we stopped the training exercise, and we did a little debrief. And during the debrief, the platoon commander, he said to me, well, why did you make that call? And I said, well, I could see what we needed to do, and you hadn't made a call, so I made the call. And he goes, well, I actually didn't want to peel left. I wanted to assault the target. And right there in that split second, I kind of thought to myself, well, like part of my ego flared up, and I was kind of thinking I could have said something along the lines of, well, you need to make a call faster. If you're not going to step up and lead, then I'm going to do it. Like I could have said that. But I realized at that moment in time, wait a second, I didn't need to make a call. The problem could have developed more. But for some reason, I thought that I needed to be the guy. And I said, no, you know what? You don't need to be the guy. Your leader, you need to support your leader. And it's not about you. And so that right there also changed my attitude, because then, from then on, in my career and in my life, I realized, hey, I don't always need to be the center of attention, which is what our ego wants us to do. Our ego always wants it to be about us. And it's not about us. It's not about us at all. In fact, in a situation like that, where the platoon commander wants to do something, maybe he sees something that I don't see, maybe he's got a different strategic objective that he wants to accomplish, and I'm undermining that. And what does that do to our platoon? Hey, it makes me feel great, because I think, oh yeah, I might not be the guy in charge, but I'm out here making the calls. That's your ego. And what you have to do is subordinate your ego and be supportive of the person that's in charge, and you move forward together as a team. Because that's what it's about. It's not about me, it's about the team.
Now you can watch the whole interview. I'll leave the links in the description box below, and let me know if you want me to make more of such videos and how I can make these better. Comment down below, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, share this video, and thank you for watching this one.